Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, final video of this series. This is part 4 of the LinkedIn profile. So if you're just tuning in for the first time and you missed parts 1, 2, and 3, don't sweat it. I will link them up here somewhere. It'll be in a playlist, LinkedIn profile or something like that. I don't know what it's named yet, but it'll be there. There's 4 videos. They're like 8 minutes apiece, so it'll take you no time to watch them. You'll get a lot of value, and you'll be able to go implement this advice to your profile right away. So without further ado, let me go ahead and share this with you now. All right, so this is LinkedIn. We've already covered it if you've been following for a couple videos now. If you haven't, well, we already covered these parts. So just go back and watch the other videos. But we're going to scroll on down to the recommendation section here, and then we'll cover the very bottom of the profile for this video. But recommendations are really important. It shows anybody that's coming to your profile that you have credibility, right? They can trust you. They can see that you've done good work and other people have taken time out of their day to write a recommendation for you to basically showcase the value that you bring. So it's important to get these, right? It takes time to get these too, right? You can't just go ask 10 of your friends to write recommendations because it's going to show who wrote it, what their relationship to you was. As you can see right here, Andrew, I'm pointing at the screen like you can see what I'm pointing at, but it says right here, Andrew was Jacob's client. Alana was Jacob's client. So that means that these folks worked with me on their coaching. Like I was their career coach. That's what that means. But if you go down further in here, Terry, he managed me directly. He was my boss. All right. So he's got a different vantage point. All right. You keep coming down. Tessa managed me directly. Theodore managed me directly. These are bosses that I had talking about the work that I did as their subordinate. So there's different ways to get these. Really, honestly, there's like two good ways. One's better than the other, but you gotta ask. You gotta ask. Okay. In the age of technology, you'd think we would have more time on our hands because technology makes us perform, more work faster than before. However, that's not true. We are busier than ever. Like we are literally turned on all the time. I got a work phone, a computer in my pocket, constantly dinging, and yeah, I get that urge to go check. Oh, I got an email. Oh, I got this Teams message. Why are we working 24/7? But anyways, that's another thing. But people are busy, all right? So you want to make sure that you go ahead and ask. If you ask, you shall receive. Now, you might not receive anything. People might not do this for you because it takes time. So I'm going to show you a little hack. This is the better way that I alluded to on how to get these. So let's go check out my boy Andrew's profile here. See, look, he's got some recommendations. He must have had a good coach. But let's go up here. It's a good looking profile. And what do we have to do? Well, you're going to come here to this little more button. So you're going to go find whomever you're looking to get a recommendation from, and you click on the more. You come here, click request recommendation. Pretty simple so far. All right, here you got 3 simple boxes. That's it. Easy. What was your relationship to this person, right? So in my case, Andrew was a client of mine, so we'll select that. You're going to pick the position of the time that you had this relationship with this professional. So in this case, it was while I was a career coach. Pretty simple. I was coaching him. Now, what I see a lot of people do, because people send these to me and request recommendations, and well, they just go ahead and click send as is, and you don't want to do that, okay? If you want somebody to go out of their way and do something for you, it is so much easier to get a yes if you just go ahead and do 80 to 90% of it for them. All right. So draft that sucker up. This has pros. All right. This has got a lot of pros because you are controlling the verbiage. And in most cases, when you go out of your way to do 90% of the work for this person, sometimes even 100%, they're going to say yes because you just save them a heck of a lot of time. And you probably have had a good relationship with this person to earn that recommendation. So just go ahead and get into like an AI platform, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Copilot, whatever you use, and just verbal diarrhea into that sucker. What are some things that you've done with this person that's impressed them, or maybe they're a client of yours, some feedback, something, an obstacle you help them overcome, whatever it is, and have it craft a draft recommendation for you to send to somebody on LinkedIn to put on your profile. Easy. All right. If you're not handy with AI, no problem. I'm going to make another playlist of a bunch of videos on how to use AI in your job search. I just haven't created them yet. I don't have time, but I will be knocking them out soon. So stay ready. Okay. Subscribe and hit the notification bell or whatever, because they're going to come, or stalk me on LinkedIn so you know when I drop those. But do the work for them. So you want to go ahead and drop the 3,000 character recommendation. You don't have to go that crazy, but you got plenty of room to work with into here. Right? So draft it up for them, and you're most likely going to get yeses. So we're going to go discard this because I've already got one from Andrew. I'm going to go back down here just so you can quickly see. Look, they don't have to be this long, all right? But it has a lot of good information about the experience that these folks had with me, which helps other job seekers instantly build trust. So if you're struggling with your job search and you come across a profile with all these screaming reviews and you're like, still not really sure, you could go message these people and ask them like, hey, I see you work with Jacob. What was that like? What was that experience like? What should I expect? Maybe could you make an introduction, or should I reach out? And then they're going to tell you, yeah. All right. Other thing to just be mindful of here at the bottom of your profile, this is everybody's profile. All of this is public. So, top voices that you follow, companies that you've followed their company page, groups that you're in, newsletters that you're subscribed to. You know, these are a bunch of newsletters that are all for like careers. Look, frontline career strategy. That sounds familiar. Go subscribe to that. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe. But groups are a good place to hang out. But you just got to be mindful. Anybody can see what you're following. So just be sure that you know that that's public. But this is just a great way to know what other people are doing. So say you're stalking somebody else. Like, let me go back here real quick. We'll look at Andrew's real fast. We'll go to the bottom of his page. He's gonna be like, why is Jacob keep looking at my page? Because it tells you every time you look at someone's page. But I can come look. Look, he's following these companies. He's in these groups. He's, subscribed to these newsletters. Is he subscribed to our newsletter? What? Yes, he is. All right, we'll give him a pass. But it's just a great way for you to see like what touch points you have to instantly connect with somebody. So when you're trying to reach out to a stranger on LinkedIn for advice or a coffee chat, you want to find things that you have in common with them. So in this case, like both Andrew and I served in the military. I mean, he was in the Marine Corps, no hate. But he needed my help. He's also a mentor in ACP. Look, so am I, so like we had things to talk about when we first got connected. And that's just something that you want to look for. So I'm going to make a whole bunch of more videos on like how to actually use the platform to network, reach out to connections, how to navigate the platform and all that in an upcoming series. And then I'm going to do another series on AI. So if you have other ideas or topics or things you're struggling with, let me know. I'm happy to make another video, or just reach out to me one-on-one if you got questions. I mean, I hop on phone calls with people all the time that are struggling, right? I mean, it's what I do all day, every day. Like, I love it. So if you're stuck, hit me up.